Very good morning, student. We are studying lesson 9 of science, that is nervous system. In this chapter, we are on the topic reflex action. About reflex action, I told you in the last class that it is controlled by the spinal cord. So today we will try to understand what actions are called reflex action and how it is controlled by the spinal cord. After that, we will move to the topic sense organ. In sense organ, we will study the first sense organ, that is our eyes, and how to care our eyes. This much topic we will cover in today's class. There is one exercise given in between the chapter which you have to do in your book and you have to submit it in the class group. So let's start the topic. So students, we are studying lesson 9, that is nervous system. In this chapter, we have already studied about the nerves and different types of the nerves. So today we will study reflex action. What is a reflex action? While studying the spinal cord, I told you that reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord. So today we will study how reflex actions are taking place and how it is controlled by the spinal cord. So without wasting the time, let's start reading the topic. What happens when you touch a hot object? Yes, this question I can ask you also. Whenever you touch a hot object unknowingly, what will happen? You just suddenly withdraw your hands from the hot object, isn't it? So, what happens when you touch a hot object or you get pricked by a thorn? Whenever you touch a plant which has thorn, like a rose plant, it has thorn, and you try to pluck a flower from there, sometimes thorn just pricked your finger. What will happen at that point of time? You withdraw your hand immediately, isn't it? You just withdraw your hand immediately. Such actions are automatic. Means without taking a time, you just withdraw your hand. It basically take less than a second also. The automatic actions produced in response to an event is called reflex action. These type of actions which are automatic in nature, which takes very less time, all these actions are called reflex action. Reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord. Yes, all the reflex actions are controlled by the spinal cord. For example, watering of mouth at the sight of food is also an example of reflex action. Whenever you are hungry or whenever you are not hungry but you saw a food which is your favorite one, what happened? You just, or your mouth just started watering automatically. Why this happens? This is the result of reflex action. Now, another example is blinking of eyes. If somebody try to pull his hand in front of you, what will happen? You start your eyes blinking. Why? Because this is also the result of a reflex action. You can understand reflex action with the help of this diagram also. Here, the finger is pricked by a thorn. This is a rose plant and the finger is pricked by a thorn. Here it is a thorn. Now, sensory nerve carry message to the spinal cord. So, this message is sent to the spinal cord. A spinal cord understand the message. Means the command is given by the spinal cord. So, the message is sent to the spinal cord and it understand the message. Then, motor nerve carry the messages from the brain to the hand. Then, an order coming from the brain to the hand and hand is withdrawn. This will take, just this happens, this whole action means pricked by a thorn and withdrawn of the hand is just done in less than a minute. So this is an example of reflex action. I hope the topic is clear. Now, one exercise is given in your book. This you have to do on your own. This is you have to do on the basis of the explanation I have done, and you have to post the answer of these true and false in the class group. Now, next topic is sense organs. let's start. I hope that sense organ you all are familiar with this. Let's start the topic. Sense organs connect us to the outside world. We have 5 sense organs. There are 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. So isn't it, student, that all these 5 sense organs connect us with the outside world? Yes. Eyes, you can see the outside world. Ears, you can hear the sound of others. Nose, you can smell the things. Tongue, you can taste the food, and skin you can feel. So all the outside things you can do with the help of these 5 sense organ. That is why it is told that it connects us to the outside world. So today we will complete the topic, the first sense organ, that is eyes. The eyes help us to see. Yes, with the help of eye we can see the world. Each eyeball is safely set in a deep bony socket in the skull. You have studied while studying the skeletal system that there is a deep bony socket in the skull, and it is protect the eyeballs. It is further protected by eyelids and eyelashes. Yes, eyelids and eyelashes. Eyelids are the you can say a covering over the eyes. Whenever dust or whenever anything which is not good for eyes, just eyelids closed. Eyelashes, the long hairs given on the eyelids, are called eyelashes. Now eyelids and eyelashes protect the eyes from the dust. In the front of the eye there is a circular and transparent part called cornea. You can see here in the diagram also. In the front portion of the eyes there is a circular and transparent portion, and that portion is called cornea. The colored part of the eye is iris. Means this is the colored part of the eye, and that is called iris. So this is the iris, that is the colored part of the eye. An opening of iris called pupil allows the light to enter the lens. Okay. Now, an opening of the iris. Through iris, the pupil allows the light to enter into the eyes. Now, ciliary muscles hold and control the shape of the lens. Yes, ciliary muscles keep the shape and control of the eyes in it. You can say that whenever the light, whenever the light is thrown on the eyes, the ciliary muscles hold it and control its shape of the lens. At the back of the eye is the retina. As you can see here, the retina is there in the back of the eye. So, at the back of the eye, there is retina. A sensory nerve called optic nerve connect the eye to the brain. Means eye is a sense organ, so the sensory nerve came from the eye to the brain. So the nerve which is coming from the eye to brain is called sensory nerve or an optic nerve, which connect the eyes to the brain. I hope this topic is clear to you all. Now, you can understood the diagram also by reading this topic. This is the pupil. Pupil which looks like a black spot, or you can say pupil is the portion through which light enters into the lens. This is the lens given in the eyes. So with the help of pupil, the light enters into the lens, and this transparent portion is called cornea, and the colored part of the eye is called iris. Now, care of the eyes. Wash your eyes regularly with clean water. To keep our eyes healthy, we should wash it regularly. Do not work in a dim light or very bright light. Yes, we should work in a proper lighting. We should not work in very dim light or very bright light. It is not good for our eyes. Sit 6 feet away from the television. Yes, we should not sit very close to the television because the rays coming from the television is harmful for our eyes. So we should sit at least 6 feet away from the television. Okay. Now, do not watch television for long hours. We should not watch television or mobile phone for long hours. It is harmful for our eyes. Do not play computer games or video games for long hours. Yes, we play generally computer games on the laptops or computers and video games. So it is also harmful for our eyes. While reading, keep your book about 12 inches from your eyes. Always sit upright while reading. Yes, book should be away from 12 inches and always sit in a upright position while reading, so it will keep your postures correct and it is good for your eyes also. Do not read in a moving vehicle. Yes, in a moving vehicle your eyes cannot stick on a particular point. It keeps on moving, so it will be harmful for your eyes also. So student, in this way we have completed the topic eye today. In the next class we will complete rest of the topic, that is ear, nose, tongue and skin. So thank you class. If you have any queries, any problem, you are free to ask me. Thank you.